Welcome back, viewers. Now normally I'd drive the horses down to a small pen, but the small pen just worked out to be just getting the feed in. It was too much trouble, and I expect this to be a relatively short video, so we've just gone for the normal Giants pen, and we've got 4 horses so that there's room. There's 8 fit in here. There's room for breeding. So we've got 2 different sorts, 2 Palominos and 2 Duns. What we're going to do is we're going to ride and brush and everything the Palominos, and we're just going to leave the Duns in here to go about their business, and we'll see if that makes a difference, a very big difference to the price. We'll put some food. We've got a fair few. We've got some bales actually stacked in here, but at the moment we've got the food and the straw we need. This is, as I said, this is the, I don't know if I said yet, but this is the Giants. So it's not a mod, it's the one that comes with the game. Let's just check out the horses in here. So there you go, we have them. And you'll see the most important thing there is on the food on the right hand side. It takes both hay and like oats or sorghum. It more or less says down the bottom down there, horses like hay, oat and sorghum. Additionally, they require water. This is obviously one of the ones where you don't need water. So you'll see you got your things there: health, puberty, cleanliness, fitness and daily riding. Now they're all important in what your horses are worth. So at the moment they're worth $124. The other thing with the horses was they're very expensive to get delivered. They're $600 to get delivered each. So if you're going to get horses, do yourself a flavour and do yourself a favour and get a horse flat, or at least lease one. You could probably lease one and save money. You'd have to weigh it all up. But anyway, so what we're going to do, we're going to do our normal couple of year thing, and we'll come back in, we'll give it 6 months to start with. As I said, I'll ride the 2 Palominos every day for the first 6 months, and we'll see if we can see any sort of market difference. So I'll be back. So how do you ride them, Ranger? Well, I'm glad you asked. We'll get on the Excalibur here, so it's square to jump on. R2 is walk, then canter, then gallop. Now we can walk them out the gate, which is probably what the purists do. But I found it's easier to do this. So we're off. Once you get up to speed, you no longer have to hold the R2 or press it. To slow down, it's just the opposite. You see there, it's all trot, gallop. We'll do a little bit of equestrian here. I think we're going fast enough. Oh yeah. Ah. So this equestrian thing was 58,000. It's in decoration. And it just gives you something to, I don't know, something to do. It's a bit of fun. Try to get up. Ah, he's duffed it. Oh well, maybe next time. So I've done 56%. It'll tell you on the left hand side. That's why I've got the controls open. So let's get up to speed, which we are now. And then it's just a matter of going for a cruise. But the thing is, if there's one horse stable I saw, I think it was a modded one that holds 16 horses. Now if you've got 16 horses, it takes about 5 minutes to ride them each day, and like, maybe not, yeah, maybe. But the thing is, 16 horses every single like day / month that you play becomes more of a task than an enjoyment thing, I think. And if you don't ride them, they start to lose their fitness and therefore lose their value, and we'll see what happens with the value. That's what you're led to believe. we'll actually test it out as we normally do it in the name of science. But we've now got 100% ride on this one, so we'll take it back. Like I said, the other thing I used to do was head out, ride straight towards the hills till you get to 50% and turn around and ride back. So that, my friends, is how you ride horses. Jump the fence, L2 to pull up, square to get off, then we've got to brush them. Now normally they'll run away from you as soon as you try to brush them. I think this is the dirty one. You see they actually get physically cleaner, so Excalibur, 100% riding, cleanliness. So that's our first two ridden. Okay. So I'll be back in July and we'll see how they're going then. I'll keep them fed and ridden until then. Alright, see you then. Welcome back, viewers. It's the Rangatang. Here we are after 6 months in July. You'll notice an obvious absence. One of our horses, Excalibur, unfortunately is no longer with us. He's at the stable in the sky. I accidentally rode him into the river. I thought he might have reset back to the farm, but he hasn't, so RIP Excalibur. That's pretty sad news to start with. I don't know why I'm laughing. But we've still got the 3 horses, so I thought I'd soldier on with that. So let's have a look at what we can here with what's happened. So there we go, we've got 3 horses. Malcolm's the one we've been riding now. You'll see we've ridden Malcolm every day. So he's got a, 1,033, 11. He's got a $233 advantage from being ridden. The others also don't have any fitness or daily riding, but it doesn't seem to be affecting their health. So it's affecting their price to a certain degree. Now it'll be interesting to see if that gap gets bigger or just stays the same. And with the puby, 27%, so I expect foals at 100%, and going on the current time frame, that should be at around about 18 to 20 months. So other than that, there's nothing really to report. But yeah, we'll quickly take Malcolm for his daily ride. Get out of the way. We might go over and have a crack at the equestrian course. I think that's going a bit fast. Oh. Okay, here we go. Big run. We're going to get it this time. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, nah. Duffed it. Well, that's pretty handy, but anyway, yeah. So much for that. Might come back another time and have another crack. Now I don't have, we've already done a bit of mucking around in the equestrian centre. I don't have the menu open at the top left hand side to show me how far I've ridden, but I know for a fact, and this is what I was saying about measure out 50% and then do 50% back home, gives you the 100% obviously. If I ride to this green grass on the edge of this field over here and back, that's, well, it's over. I get 100% before I get back to the barn. That's if I just ride straight here and straight back. Actually got a really good, I don't know about a really good, but it's quite a good animation, the horse riding. And it is quite relaxing. But yeah, that looks pretty cool. Actually looks like you're riding a horse, so that's what you want out of it. And if you're wondering where we are, I might have mentioned it before, but this is what I consider to be quite a good mod map. It's got a stone quarry and lots of lumber plus fields, so it's got everything. It's a great sort of starter map if you want it. Don't usually advertise maps, but Piney runs pretty good. That's where we are today. Okay, so all things being fair and good. Jump the fence, jump off. There it is over here. Give it a brush, and sure enough, it says riding down the bottom. Riding 100%. Okay, so I'm going to be back in January, and we'll check out if that price difference has grown. Oh, that one is a bit tight. Come on. Oh yeah, can I get a hell yeah? Woo! So obviously I'm back, because apparently if you do this, if you want one of the trophies, do this. And once you do it so many times, you'll get a trophy that says it's not a kangaroo. So there's a tip for you too. Hey, full of tips. This Rangatang. Alright, so it's been 12 months. So let's see what's happened. Not much. But, you know, we've got to go riding every day, which is pretty good stuff. Okay, so we'll check out our ready record. Now the food that I put in is lasting all the time, so we haven't run out of food. So, oh, that gap's increased a little. 1546. It's almost out to 400. It's about 380. Puberty's at 54, so my 18 month. Well, that's actually a bit behind what I thought it'd be. I thought 27, well no, 27 and 27 is 54, so what's going to go to next time? 81, so yeah, it's going to come in at around the 20 months. The other thing I found that you can do, it's not affecting their health still, is if you want to, I don't know if it makes any difference, but you can always brush the other horses, but for the thing of science, you know, we're just going to leave them. So that's the news. And as you can see, I've completed the equestrian course because I'm a legendary equestrian rider. So I'll be back at 12 months and we'll see what happened then. So what do we got now? 1566 or something, was it? Let's have another look. Oh, 1933, so almost 2 grand after 12 months. And what we paid? I reckon it was 500, but I think it was more like 1,000. But the main thing is it's going up, it's not going down, so. Okay, I'll be back next January. So here we are, viewers, we're back again. It's been 2 years. Unfortunately, the reproduction was a bit of a fizzer, very anticlimactic. What happened there? We'll check the meter. As you can see, they've gone past the 100%. They did that in around about the 20-month mark, which was 4 months ago. And nothing happened. So, I don't know. I'm sure they had foals on this. Like, maybe it was on 19. Maybe it doesn't happen on 20. Maybe it's the pen I'm using. Maybe I'm asking more questions than I'm answering. This is supposed to be an informative video, but yeah, that's a bit of a bummer. So, I don't know what's happened there, but in general, as you can see, the gap been slowly widening between Malcolm and the other two. Other than that, there's nothing really to report. So we're starting to get up to where we're getting decent money, 3,500. That's a profit, but when you look at the fact that it's 2 years to make that much money, you know, that's a long time. Anyway, we'll give it a third year. So I'm interested to see if the prices actually start to go down. I'm interested to see if we actually get any foals. Maybe they're in a gestation period and that takes 6 months to, pregnant or something. I think foals take the same as humans, don't they? I don't know, I'm making that up. But anyway, yeah. Anyway, there's our 2 yearly report. And Excalibur hasn't come home yet, so I think he really has gone. But yeah, I'll be back. Give it another year and we'll see what happens. Welcome back, viewers. Got some exciting news. I just came back on Malcolm. Back to after riding him, and to my surprise, there's all these horses in here. I don't know where the hell did they come from, but the breeding has finally come through. So the latest, we were going through to January, but I thought I'd stop and bring this up. But if we have a look here, our originals are Inca, Echo and Malcolm. Malcolm's now worth over $4,500. It's the gap between him and the other two that I haven't ridden at all, and I've ridden him every single day, is now $1,000. And then we have Quiver, Zach and Harry, who are like young'uns. Let's have a look. No months, just born. It's funny how we got two of the type and one of the type. So poor old Excalibur hadn't met a sticky end. We may have had another Palomino, but yeah, so they do eventually breed. 33 months it took. So what's that? Almost 3 years. But yeah. Anyway, interesting news. So I'll continue on to January, and we'll see what happens by then. I'm expecting Malcolm's price to drop at some stage. I just don't know when it will. So here we are back again, viewers, and we've made it to the 3 year mark. 36 months old for Inca. Malcolm's worth $5,000. The other two are worth 15. The smaller ones, the younger ones, are coming along nicely at 423. Remember, they cost nothing, so everything you get on them is profit. So yeah, you'd probably want to go to ride them, sell them when they breed, and just or maybe don't ride them. I don't know, that really dropped off once they had the foals at around the 33 month mark. So their health's really down. So I don't know what that tells me. Their health's picking up. Their health's just these two health is terrible. So yeah, anyway, so that's more or less what I've come up with. After 3 years, Malcolm's worth $5,000. The ones I didn't ride are losing value rapidly, and that probably better off selling them. But once they have the first foals, get what you can. I think they were back at 3,600, 4,600 at that stage, perhaps. I don't know, I'll have a look. But I just want to try one more thing, and that's stretch it a little bit further and see if Malcolm starts to lose his value. Welcome back, viewers. So here we are, done a couple of extra months on top there, extra 3 months I think it was. We'll have a look at the Ready Reckoner. So Malcolm's now out to 39 months, so that's 3 years and 3 months. And his values stayed the same. The other two have stayed the same, and the young ones are getting worth more money. So in summary, with Malcolm, I'd ride them until 5,000 and then sell them. Eco and Inca, in hindsight, they were 3,600 when they had the foals. So if you can, as soon as the foals appear, sell the ones that you aren't riding, because they're not going to get to 5,000, and keep the young'uns. and it's up to you whether you ride them or not. Whether you want to make the extra $1,400, it is like, it's a bit tedious if you want to ride them all. But there is money to be made just by letting them sit in the thing. Maybe you could see, I didn't brush them or anything, so yeah, maybe if you clean them every day it might help a little bit. But the bottom line is, horses, is there any money in them? Not really. But if you're a bit of a purist or you like to play the long game, they're like a long game thing. But they're a bit of fun, and you can go for a ride if you like to go for a ride. It's something different, but you're not going to make a fortune out of them. But if you want to have every sort of animal, have chickens, pigs, cows, horses are cool. But I wouldn't get them if I wanted to make money. But so that's it for our Dummies Guide to Horses. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back next week with another Farming Simulator for Dummies video. Probably we've only got cows and chickens to go in our animal section. So if you haven't watched the other videos, we've covered grass and silage and hay and chaff, and then we got into the animals. So far we've done pigs and sheep and now horses. And then we're going to go with the rest of the animals. Then we'll probably get into field prep and crops and that sort of stuff. How to set up a let's play. I've got a few ideas yet. So consider watching the older ones if you need a few tips, or just to see some different ways of doing things. If you've got different ways that I do it, put in the comments. I'm here to learn as well as everybody else. I've got a Facebook group, FS22 for Dummies on console. You could consider joining that if you like, if you want to see more of this. But anyway, that's enough of that stuff. I'm starting to sound like all those other blokes who just weighing on about all their stuff they're doing. So I'll get off now, and as I said, I hope you enjoyed it. Maybe you learnt something. Thanks for watching. Until next time, stay safe, and I'll see you then.